said that support your favorite riders directly. That's the future, which it honestly is, or could be part of it anyways, because of the way that things work now. When you look at people who are like streaming on Twitch and all of those types of different things, and people who have their YouTube channels, their community is supporting them directly through like the donut people super chatting here, supporting me directly for doing something that they like when it comes down to the responsibility of the person doing something that someone likes enough that they're willing to support them directly, and that we no longer rely on like having absolutely no way to measure how good someone does their job other than sales numbers. That like a flow rider has no like path to follow to get to be a pro, because there's no way to like measure what he's doing for the company. There's no set way. So when it comes to a person who is doing something good and then the people who like them support them directly,
Thanks, Jada.
like the super chat just now from JDA, like, and then you talk about individual video parts, the video parts that people put years into, where instead of, oh, it's just uploaded to YouTube and gets forgot about in the next week, people who enjoy that person's writings like, oh yeah, I'll pay $3 or $5 to support them and watch this awesome video that they put years of their life into making. It kind of brings value. It brings a way to measure value back into BMX.
I I look at people like Brandon Began. He has his own online store where he sells clothing and stuff that he makes. Um, and then you have Billy Perry. Billy Perry bought his own bike shop,
Same
so he
with
could
Nate
sell.
Richter.
Same with Nate Richter, so they could sell Chad DeGroot. Chad DeGroot has his own company, a bike shop, and supports BMX.
Yeah.
Like they're no matter what, as much as people want to say it, the internet is the way of the future, and you can still work with brands, and you could work together, and you could grow together. And that's why the choices of people that get sponsored are people that are workers. You're sponsored because you're doing your job, plain and
Yeah.
simple. That's it, nothing else. It doesn't matter if you're a YouTuber, if you're a guy filming something, you have to put out content. You have a phone, you want to watch people. The best example of a pro is Dakota Roche. No one will ever beat Dakota. Posts every single day, does stories about his product, represents and does the most for his company. Dakota is the #1 pro. Second is that Joris kid. Joris does tons of things as a person that works in the industry for selling, makes me happy. And that's the answer to things. Like, you are, your first interest should be about you. So if you're going to try to get sponsored, you're going to try to do something, you need to sell yourself. There has to be something that's marketable at the end of the day, right? All these people that always say, oh, well, I'm doing it for fun. You could say whatever you want about doing it for fun, but let's be honest. It's cool to get sponsored. It's cool to get that. There's nothing wrong with wanting to get that. But at the same time, you got to put the work in, because somebody bought that product that they're going to give you. Somebody had to do something.
Then
So
you
just
look at
because
the
Go ahead.
then you look at the costs for making those things in the first place. Um, and then you also consider, with the age of the internet, you don't have to be sponsored to make it in BMX or anything in this world. It used to be that you had to go the route of being sponsored, and the industry has to choose you. You have to be one of the chosen few to make it in BMX. Now you can be like so many people who have YouTube channels or do whatever they do, to make it happen. They're making the clothing company. There's endless avenues to make it in the BMX world in the age of the internet, and you just have to make it happen. So many people talk about this tiny little pie that is BMX without even realizing that there is an endless pie of the outside world of BMX that you can be making money from to be able to ride bikes. Look
Yeah,
at
100%.
look at Nigel. Nigel and Brad Sims are two great examples of that. Like people like me, like I am not the type of rider. I don't ride in a way that is going to make someone pay me to promote their product that way. I ride like me. And in order to circumvent needing to make it happen in the industry, I've got a YouTube channel where I provide people a product, which is help working on their bike, learning about information about the bike and all of the other things, entertainment value in a live stream like this, which allows me to not have to rely on the BMX industry to choose me.
Yeah. You built your own brand. This is a brand, Brent.